Well, Mr. Kenneth Odidika is still with us in the studio. We've heard, even though you say that, the statement of the Arewa Consultative Forum is not convincing enough for you, we've heard that the governor of Kaduna State has ordered the arrest of these youths. Are you confident that this is enough to stop other groups coming out with their own versions of hate speeches?
Ordering that, did the commissioner of police have to wait for the governor to order him to go and arrest people who are committing crime, who committed crime? You see, it's time we got beyond the rhetorics and we need to see action against anybody, whether Igbo, Yoruba, Ejo, Hausa, Fulani, whatever it is. You don't wait. That tells you the problem of this entity called Nigeria. A commissioner of police is waiting for the governor to order him to go and arrest somebody who's committing a crime. So if the governor doesn't order him, he will let it ride. You see, the governor has spoken through his spokesman. Unless we're being told now that the person we saw on television reading that statement is not a government spokesman. But I assume he is. I didn't see the introduction to know who exactly he was that was talking to us. What I'm saying here is, you see, some of us understand certain military tactics and strategies. You can try to appear to be conciliatory, pacifist. Meanwhile, you are planning something more dangerous, something deadlier. It is only a foolish person that would not take these threats seriously. Because the governors are not really even in control of these people. If ACF had been more forceful in its own condemnation, I would have been more at peace than the governors sitting down somewhere and telling you they don't accept this, they condemn it. Because the ACF and some such organizations are the ones that are more in contact and more in tune with the people who can do this, not the governors.
Well, let's go to Lagos now and take some questions from Chimberlin.
Well, Mr. Odidika, just wondering, I mean, the fact that the governor spoke, many say, well, yes, that's the first step, it's encouraging. Do you think it will be all the more encouraging if maybe Nnamdi Kanu or the several other groups focus on restructuring and infrastructural development in the southeast as opposed to calling for secession?
Thank you, Chamberlain. I've always been an advocate of our holding our own politicians to account. Because we have 5 governors in the southeast. We don't hold them accountable. They do what they like. We have our legislators. We have our other members of the executive. Ministers are appointed from that place. We don't hold them accountable. Lagos State, today, while it still comes to Abuja to collect whatever it is that they give to them, they share to all the 36 states, but internally, Lagos State is generating much more revenue than maybe even the 5 states of 5 eastern states put together, or what the 5 eastern states collect from the center. So I am all for restructuring Nigeria as a whole, not just the southeast. But it doesn't have to be an Nnamdi Kanu. Because the way Nnamdi Kanu came about it even put off a lot of people. And the way he's still going about it does not quite encourage some people to come to him. Because his organization seems to be forcibly or forcefully lumping Igbos and different nationalities of the South together. You can't force people to join you in whatever it is you're doing. You can be going along doing what you want to do. If I like it, I can join you. So I am more interested in the southeastern governors and governments doing things that will impact positively on the Igbo people. If that is happening, there will be less agitation because all hands will be engaged towards ensuring that there is economic, structural, social development in the East. That does not derogate from the fact that there are things, policies, whether written or unwritten, of the federal government that impact negatively on the Igbo people. That is clear. Because there's been, you see, immediately after the war in 1970, there were the 3 R's. No reconstruction took place in the Southeast. I was not born after, I was born before, so I know. No reconstruction has ever taken place in the Southeast. Now, the Southeast was destroyed by Nigeria in that war. Nobody has come to reconstruct it. 50 years after. There's hardly any federal government presence in the whole of the Southeast, except for certain buildings that you call ministries. Now, here we have another zone of the country that self-destructed. And we're using Nigeria's money to go and quickly reconstruct the place. Even people who had bashers are now going to live in good houses because Nigeria is reconstructing the